Hi, all, it's me. Well, my grandson's birthday is approaching. Probably by the time you see this video, it'll be past. But every year for his birthday, I make him a book of some kind, a scrapbook, a storybook, some kind of a book. So I had to do that for him this year as well. And actually, I had started making him one, and then I thought I was ahead of the game. And then my daughter says, "Oh, by the way, we're going to do a theme party. He wants pirate theme." I'm going, "Oh, great." So I had to start all over. But that's okay. It's for my grandson. So, anyhow, we decided that he was going to be a pirate for Halloween anyway. So I had her send me pictures to add to my book, and I'll explain that later. It just didn't work out the way I wanted. But anyhow, let me jump into this before I start rambling. I'm going to be mentioning people's names, and I'll put their screen name for YouTube on the screen once I get them. I'm without computer because of the winds we had here in California right at the moment, so I don't know what they are for 100% certain, but I'll mention them as I go along. So thank you everybody who helped in the collaboration of making this book with me. So basically this is the envelope for the card that I'm giving him. I just cut a piece of paper for the background. I did not use this in what I'm in the mini book I'm going to show you because it was too busy. All the pirate paper I could find was just too busy, and I'll explain to you what I did to change that. But anyhow, so I just added a piece of that here. And then this happens to be a catalog envelope. I just cut it down to the size that I needed it to be. And then inside is the card that I made for him. And this came from Patty, who's Shabby Pink Stamper here on YouTube. And the shape of the chest was cut from It's a Party or Life's a Party Cricut cartridge I got from Jackie at my scrap room, and I'll put her link up. She loaned me her cartridge, which thank you so much, Jackie, and I was able to make some of the things for this project out of that cartridge. So anyhow, the card opens up like this, and it says, "Of all the treasures in this world, Yar by far my most favorite. Happy 4th birthday, my sweet baby Elijah." So I'll be giving this to him with his presents. I got him a huge pirate ship to play with as a toy. It's just amazing. I can't wait to see his face when he sees that pirate ship. But anyhow, let me continue here with what I made for him. And this was quite a challenge, but I'm glad I did it, and I'm glad it's done. And oh, by the way, this is the ocean. So for the ocean, I needed a pirate ship. So that's what I made for him this year. I made his book in the shape of a pirate ship. And it was challenging. It was very challenging, but I'm glad I pushed through and able to get it done. Oh. Anyhow, I cut the shape out first, just drew it out and cut it out, and kind of figured out how I was going to do this. I knew I wanted to have, you know, the silk fabric here and here for those parts of the ship. I want it to look kind of, you know, piratey. So I went out on a search for fabric, and this was during Halloween, but this was the only one I could find. As you can see, the lines are super big on this one. So what I had to do was I had to cut strips apart and make my own that was much narrower so that the lines would be closer together. It just looked better than the large ones. So I did that. And then on every page inside, I used craft cardstock. I didn't, as I said, I didn't want to use that busy pattern in the background. It was just too much. So I used craft cardstock. I used this stamp that Halud gave me, and it's mapped, so I thought that was appropriate. So I lightly stamped this in either black or red throughout the entire book. And then the other thing I used that was pretty consistent was this Dynamics die. It's the swirls, and I used it and cut it apart, and you'll see it throughout the book as I go through. So basically that's what I did for the inside. The outside, I used a piece of wood grain pattern paper. I had some shiny copper paper for the portholes, yellow. I just sat them up on pop dots. And for the flags here, or the sails, I wanted them to be billowing. I didn't want them just to be flat. So I found a way to raise them up and make them billow. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then it does add a really nice effect in person. And by piecing the fabric together, it's starting to fray at the edges, which I don't mind because it looks really cool. In person, it looks weathered and everything like that. So I just threw a little bit of ink around the edges to give it that brown worn look. And then this is black satin, and this is a cutout from that Cricut cartridge. So the flag is front and back, and let's see, what else did we do? Dana, who's Taz 6 something something on YouTube, I'll put it on the screen. Thanks, Dana. I had been looking for an anchor, and she sent me a charm pack that had anchors in them. Had an anchor and a sword, some other stuff I'll show you in a second. So I put that anchor here with chain. I thought it was pretty cool looking. So thank you, Dana. And then I made a charm on this side. Now, some of these came from Dana, and some were some that I had. I had the parrot, so I added that. I added some red and black beads on there. Dana gave me that sword on the charms that she sent, plus this little skull and crossbone. Oops, sorry, that's right here. I don't know if you can see that very well. And then I found this at the dollar store during Halloween, and I thought it was way cool. So I went ahead and added those here. I tied it with jute rope and just used glossy accents on the knot so that it wouldn't slip out. I'm going to do my best to show you this. It's kind of difficult because of the way the pages are, but I will get to it. So let me go ahead and start by the anchor's holding me there. Okay, open it up, and this is the first page. And I used the Cricut to cut out A Pirate's Life 4 because he's turning 4, me, which I thought was really cute. I made a scroll here that I got out of the cartridge and just used black fabric paint to do the scroll work to make it look better. Added gold coins, and then, excuse my hand, but there's a pocket that's behind there, so that pulls out for journaling. With the gold coin is the way you pull it out. So I did that, and as you can see, the map stamps are in the background, and the swirls that I showed you from the die are there. On this page, I used a Sizzix die, and I cut this shape out and made it a journaling area for journaling and photo. I used fabric paint for around the edges. This is, by the way, held together closed with Velcro. And then these are shapes I cut out with the die. And then, as I said, I used fabric paint around the edges to do the dots and some gems. On this page, hold on a moment. Trying to turn this the best I can. I just did photo mats a lot because my daughter's not one for pockets and pullouts, all that stuff. So these pictures like this I got from the internet. I just backed them with black cardstock to make them look really good. And here I used some silver brads and then gold fabric paint with the swirls, same thing. On this page I used the cutouts from the internet. I used the gold coins, and then I punched a bunch of circles here and stacked them to look like cannonballs, and I actually raised a couple on pop dots to give them that 3D effect. Fabric paint around the mat, really simple. Love this book. I'm so happy with the way it turned out, but boy did I struggle. Another Sizzix cutout, gold coins, a key from Sizzix as well. This was a treasure chest I printed from the internet, and I added to it pearls, bling, a gold crown that I had, a charm, and just to give it that more realistic. Oh, I don't know how well I can get my tripod's in the way right there. I don't know if you could tell. Then on this page, I love this page. I used some dictionary paper, and this is a Spellbinders die. It's in the shape look like a book. So I used that to make a book, and then it just so happened the columns or the paragraphs were divided. So it gave me my center of my book, kind of gave some depth to that page. I inked the edges, added this, which came from the internet, as well as this, coins, and then let's see, Friday gave me this stamp that I adore. Thank you so much, Friday. I stamped it on acetate with StazOn and added some glitter to the candle lights, and then used it where she can tuck a picture back behind there. I thought that was really cool looking. On the following page, whoopsie, This is printouts from the internet, a Sizzix die, gold coins, another printout from the internet, cut from the cartridge. This was in that rack that someone sent me that I don't know who sent me. So thank you to whomever. It was perfect. It's a cameo that's a pirate, so it was perfect. On this page, I used the Sizzix die to cut out candles, added some glitter, fabric paints. These are Prima Gems, cut out for, this is from the internet as well, gold coins. Basically simple, like I said, photo mats for her to put pictures from his birthday party. So everyone's supposed to come dressed as pirates. On this page here, whoopsie. Again, it's a photo mat, the gold coins, pictures from the internet. I added feathers to his hat because I just thought it looked cool. He's cool. These are cool looking guys. So anyway, and then finally the last page, X marks the spot, is the treasure chest. And this came from the cartridge. He came from the internet, and I put glossy, I glittered on his earring and his gold tooth, which you can't see, but it's there. And there's that flag again. I did one on the front, one on the back cover. And then usually for my grandson's birthday, we give him money, and kid's gonna drive me to the poorhouse. But anyway, this is where I will let him know how much money he's got this year inside the treasure chest. And this didn't actually come off the cartridge that way. It's just the way that I geared it to work so that it would pull out of the chest. So that's the inside of my book. And then on the very back cover, I did the flags again. However, I left them flat this time, as I figured this would be sitting on a table most of the time and not really need to be puffy. I free-handed this little boat here and just made it look like it was hanging over the edge with some twine. And then I made a ladder out of the jute rope, and I adhered that here as well. So anyhow, there was my mini for my grandson this year. I hope he loves it, because I didn't have fun making it, but I'm really glad with all the struggles I went through to get it done. I was really happy that I chose to do that for him, and I thank everyone who gave me bits and pieces of this to put together. And thank you all for watching. Have a really good time, and I'll be seeing you soon. Bye.
Yo ho, a pirate's life for me. We pillage, we plunder, we rifle and loot. Drink up, me hearties, yo ho. We kidnap and ravage and don't give a hoot. Drink up.